Here's more food that fools, ribs that are actually cake.
Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Max 12.
Hello everyone, these ribs are made with cake and cookies. And the main part is pound cake. So I'm going to make a pound cake here. That is a cup of butter and 1 cup of white sugar. Blend those things together until they are light and fluffy. And then you're going to beat in 4 large eggs, one at a time, beating after each addition. Then 2 tablespoons of vanilla and 1/2 cup of sour cream. Now we'll add in 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and gradually add in 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, as well as a teaspoon of salt. And just blend that together till you get a nice smooth batter. Now you're going to grease an 8 by 11 inch baking dish and then spoon the batter in there. You can also bake this in a loaf pan if you'd like. So once that batter is in there, spread it out so that the top is nice and smooth, and bake it at 350 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes. If you use a loaf pan, it's going to take a little longer, probably up to 40, until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. Set that aside to cool. Now, for the bones in the ribs, the recipe I found online said to use Oreo cookie sticks, which are like long Kit Kat shaped kind of cookie sticks that you dip into white chocolate. Now, I can't find these here locally, so I decided to make my own using just cookies. Now, what you're seeing on your screen right now is a recipe for basic non-spreading sugar cookies. I've used this recipe many times on my channel for a variety of different things, and what I'll do is I'll put the ingredients as well as the instructions in the description box below if you're interested in using this recipe. So you make your cookie dough, and then I took about 1/3 of that and I wanted to tint it a brown color for the bone marrow of the rib bones. So I added a little bit of cocoa powder and I kneaded that in, and I didn't think that the color was quite brown enough, so I decided to add just a tiny little bit of brown paste food coloring to this. And then I just blended that dough together so that it was uniform color. So that is another portion of the plain white dough. I put it on a piece of parchment paper, rolled it out in between sheets of waxed paper to about 1/4 inch thickness, maybe a little tiny bit more than 1/4 inch. And then I rolled out the brown dough a little bit thinner, and I just sliced some long slices using a sharp knife. And then I took the strip of the brown chocolate dough, put it on top of the white, and I just trimmed the edge off here a little bit just so that it was even. And then I folded the white over the brown so it covered it completely. You have to be gentle because the dough does break a little bit, but that's okay. You just mold that back together. And then I used a knife just to cut off that one piece. And then you're going to form this into a rib shape. Now rib bones, they're not quite round. They're almost like a squarish kind of a rectangle kind of a shape. So that's what I'm trying to mimic here. And then I cut it into pieces. Now I found some of the pieces I made, I found them a little bit too big. So I took those individual pieces and I just kind of rolled them out to make a longer shape, if you know what I mean. And then I formed that smaller in diameter shape into that little rectangle. Then all you have to do is bake these at 350 degrees for about 10-12 minutes until they are done. Now for the actual ribs part of this recipe. The original recipe says to use a pound cake. Now if you buy a pound cake like this one, this is not my pound cake, this is an image I found, you're going to have to cut it in half lengthways. You're going to get 2 smaller pieces. Now I couldn't find a pound cake in my store, so I baked mine in an 8 by 11 inch baking dish, so I don't have to cut it in half because it's already thin enough. Then I went around and I cut off all of the hard edges, brown edges, like you see here. These are little pieces. And then I started carving with a knife, making the rib shapes. Now ribs are kind of curved a little bit, so I tried to get that. So I'm just cutting little valleys to make the little ribs all along this cake. And you can make them kind of whatever size you want. I wanted to try to make them fairly large so they would match the little bone cookies that I made. And I just went around and carved it. I carved the end piece so it looked like they were curving upwards a little bit, because racks of ribs have like a bottom curve to them. And then I just went all the way around carving until I found a shape that I liked. Now we're going to coat this with a layer of chocolate buttercream frosting. And I will put a link in the description box to a buttercream frosting that I've used for years if you're interested. So you're going to coat the whole thing with the buttercream. Make sure you go down and coat the inside of those little valleys between each of the ribs. And it's going to look a little bit rough, but that's okay. Just coat it with chocolate frosting, and then you're going to put it in the freezer. Now putting it in the freezer for about 30 minutes is going to firm up that frosting, and it's going to make it a lot easier to make smooth afterwards. So pop that in the freezer, and while you're waiting, you can make your barbecue sauce, which is going to start off with a base of raspberry or strawberry jam, and it needs to be seedless. So all I had was raspberry jam that I had made, homemade, that had lots of seeds in it, of course. So I just pressed it through a sieve, and then so I have this red kind of jelly that's left. And then I added a little bit of black food coloring to that. You can also add a little bit of cocoa if you want. You need to darken up that red color to more of a brownish red color, like barbecue sauce. And I was looking kind of like this color here. And I think it was actually pretty close. Now here are the ribs out of the freezer. I transferred it to a clean piece of parchment. And then I took this offset spatula, I dipped it into some hot water, just shook off excess water, and then immediately went and smoothed out the frosting. As you can see, you can get it pretty smooth with this method. Almost as smooth as fondant. So take the time to go all over and make sure they're nice and smooth. Then you're going to make some vodka with a little bit of black food coloring, or you can use vanilla extract with a little bit of black food coloring in it just to tint it a little dark shade. And then I'm using a clean paintbrush, and I'm just going to add some black streaks to my ribs, and those are going to be like the barbecue char marks on them. Then take that barbecue sauce that we made, and you're going to brush it on. I'm using a pastry brush. And this way you can go all the way around. It's going to make like little brush marks on there. And it's also going to soften that black, those black streaks that we made for the grill marks. And just take your time, go all the way around, and also make sure you add some to those little valleys in between each of the ribs. Now we're going to add in the bones, which are going to make these more realistic. So I cut a little slit in the end of the rib, and I'm going to add in one of those little baked cookies. Now you can see once they bake, they don't change color very much, and they don't change shape. That's what's great about this cookie recipe. Then to give those a little bit more realistic of a color, I'm using a paintbrush, and I'm going to take some of that barbecue sauce that we made, and I'm just going to brush those little bones to give them a more realistic look. And then I put this back into the freezer to make sure it was nicely firm. And then I was able to transfer it onto a plate for serving. And there they are. I found the color a little bit too brown for them to be like realistic ribs. So you might want to change the color of your frosting to be a little less brown than the one I made. But as you can see, if you put them in a location that helps you imagine that they are ribs. So I took the whole plate and put it on my grill that I have outside, and they are pretty convincing looking ribs. And then I put a piece of parchment paper under them, and I trimmed all the way around so you can't see the parchment, and then I put it on the grill like this, And then I thought they really look like ribs. And you can see that reddish brown color from that barbecue sauce that we made to put on there. And to serve these, you can just follow the little lines and cut yourself a cake rib. Or cut them in half and you can have a half a rib. This was a fun project to make, and I love food that fools or food that looks like other food. I have a playlist of a whole bunch of different kinds. So with this playlist, you can have dessert for dinner and dinner for dessert.